We can start.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you are at. You are almost welcome in this TEACAST December edition, December 2025 edition. It's been a pleasure. It's a great pleasure to host you, all of you. My name is Obed Namahoro, and I am the TCON conference convener. If you don't know what's TCON, if you don't know what's TCAST, that's why we are having this moment. I have a great team with me tonight who are going to explain everything along, and you will finish this live streaming, this session, understanding what you need to understand. I am the host of this TCAST, but I am not the only host. I am here with a great person, a great personality who has put in all the possible effort to make this possible and successful. And that is none other than Hannah Welkema. Hannah Welkema is serving as the TCON 2026 co-conference co-convener, and she's going to take over and help us to dive in the discussions. Hannah, you're most welcome. You can take over the floor.
Thank you, our conference convener. So, as our conference convener mentioned, my name is Hannah Gama. I am the co-convener for TCON 2026. And this evening, we're accompanied by none other than our district director, DTM Demedlash Wendemagang, and also our past conference co-convener, Diane Wanja. And I wanted to welcome you and for agreeing to be with us this evening. So thank you so much. So without further ado, let me go to introduce our district director first, and then Obed will introduce our past conference co-convener. So Toastmaster Adithiam Damelashwendamageng is an engineer by profession. He is deeply committed to service. From his role as a project manager to his endeavor as a facilitator and researcher, his innate calling to serve others shines through. Since joining Toastmasters in 2018, he has passionately served its Toastmasters members in various leadership capacities. As a current district director for Toastmasters East Africa in District 114, Damelasho Damageng embodies the essence of true leadership. Born to serve, destined to inspire. He believes that leadership is not about title or position. It's about a commitment to serve others with integrity, empathy, and humility. Those who are born to serve are destined to lead with compassion and purpose. So this is our district director, Medlash. So Obed, can you please introduce our second guest, our conference co-convener, Diane Wenza.
Thank you very much, Hannah. About Diane Wanja is an independent language instructor whose work revolves around having discussions with entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, government officials, and people from all over the world that want to communicate and influence effectively in the English language. She's also passionate about ensuring that in every space she's in, she creates spaces where people connect, network, and work together and evolve. Various networks have certainly been home to personal and professional growth as they have helped her speak with confidence and interact with intention and grace with every person she meets. These networks have provided platforms for forming relationships through networking, both professional relationships and relationships where a good number of people have become like family. She is a mentor, a mentee, and a friend to many. Most recently, through Toastmasters, she led a team of more than 30 people in organizing the Toastmasters East African Conference, TEACON 2025. That was held in May in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. By saying yes to the responsibilities and yes to networks in the professional space and at Toastmasters, a world of opportunities has opened. When we say yes to service, yes to relationship building, and yes to overall success. That is the philosophy of Diane Wandra. Back to you, Hannah. You may take over.
Thank you, Ovid. So, without further ado, I will jump to the first question. This will be addressed by both our guests. And first, Didi Damalash will reflect on the question, and then Dan can take over. So far, you've been a Toastmaster since 2018, District Director Damalash. So, how was the Toastmasters journey for you? How does it look like, and how is it going so far?
Thank you, conference co-convener Hannah. I joined Toastmasters in 2018 with the goal of improving the skills. I remember very early in my journey, within 3 months, I was given an opportunity to serve my club as Secretary Terms. That experience opened the door to leadership. From there, I have served in various leadership roles at club, area, division, levels. Each role strengthens not only my leadership capacity, but also my appreciation for service and teamwork. Today, as district director, my focus is on empowering and enabling others to lead. Back to you, Hannah.
Thank you, Didi Demelash. Then can you proceed?
Okay, thank you. It's quite coincidental that just like Didi Demelish, I joined Toastmasters in 2018 after being a perpetual guest of my club for 1 year. Then from there, shortly after that, I became the vice president of membership of the club. And that's when I learned the value of forming personal relationships with people within the club. Because if you're in charge of membership, you're in charge of retaining the membership too, not just attracting new members. Then from there, I was elected as president of the club, which I really enjoyed because I knew everybody by name and surname. I knew my club members really well. So it was easy to retain membership. Then after that, I served as area director for 4 clubs in Rwanda, and that's how I got to meet Obed, and we formed a pretty good relationship with very many other people in Rwanda. And I remember that period quite fondly. Then after that, be yes, I served in TCon 2022 as the head of production because we had to use a studio at the time. We were online. So I was head of production, PR, and marketing, and I led quite a large team that was absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing. And that's where I learned what my leadership strengths are. That's when they really came to life. I didn't know exactly what they were until that time when I served in that capacity in TCon 2022. Then became president again in my club, and then TCon 2025 as co-convener. And it's been a lovely, lovely Toastmasters journey. And just saying yes opens up a lot of opportunities. Back to you, Hannah.
Wow, what a great experience that you shared with us. Didida Malash, from being the Sergeant at Arms to being the VPE, the President, and moving on to the Area Director, going until the District Director. What an example. I'm really touched with this. And also, Diane, I mean, from a reluctant guest to the president of the club, doing it twice. That's amazing. And then become an area director, conference production manager, and co-convener. What an experience indeed. Of course, Toastmasters gives us an opportunity to identify what our leadership is and also so forth. So thank you for that. So let me pass to the second question, and this time we will start from our past conference co-convener, Diane. So as we know, TCON brings a lot of attendees across East Africa, not only East Africa, but across the globe. And for you, which specific step did the team take to ensure the venue, the food, the culture, the cultural program like the Ethiopian night, you remember, and it was welcoming and accommodating to such a diverse international audience. And what was the audience's reaction to that? You're muted, Dan. Yeah,
Apologies.
okay.
I was saying that it's true, we did have a very diverse international audience. And that's what made it more exciting. But it also was challenging to ensure that we satisfied this diverse audience. One thing I noticed though, let me mention that I came into this TCON team after quite a large team had already been formed. Thank goodness by by at the time, PQD Demilash, okay, before he became district director. He had put together quite the team. I came in quite late. I joined the team around October. And what I noticed is that the team already had quite a diverse, uh, we had people from all different countries across Eastern Africa. And what that did is that we had representation from different countries within the TCON committee. So every time we had meetings, we would hear what people would want, what these different countries would want to experience. A quick example. In Ethiopia, generally, I don't know if this is the case, but it's just an observation and you can correct me if I'm wrong. In Ethiopia, clubbing is not really a thing. Um, it's mostly the traditional, engagement, traditional dances and entertainment, right? Please, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, Kenyans, Ugandans, Tanzanians, we are clubbers, okay? So there was a time where the suggested program only had the traditional entertainment from Ethiopia, and we were all for it. But then we sat in that committee and we said, please, okay, we like to go clubbing. We like to dance till the morning, but also, with that kind of entertainment. So that kind of mix helped us understand what the different needs of the different cultures and countries are. So that was wonderful. The audience reaction to all of that, I remember there was a chant on the last day saying, "We want another one, just like the other one. We want another TCON." So that was the audience reaction. Back to you, Hannah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it feels like it was yesterday. I was there and noticed everything and experienced everything. It really feels like it's yesterday. And hopefully, with the guidance and leadership of Obid here, our conference convener, we will have another one like this one. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that, Diane. And Titi Demelash, if you have anything to add on this, we can give you a chance and then.
Thank you so much, again. Diane, she stated all the pointers. Yes, especially the part where we have seen like creativity idea. So the team started with intention planning. I remember in TCON 2025, planning started early. And as Diane stated, the team is already well organized and have seen strong collaboration with that dive team. So yeah, it's true. In Ethiopian, we have prepared that cultural dance, especially the Eskisa one. I remember, Diane remembered, yes. So yeah, it's true. So that's intention planning, uh, including these types of demonstrating what in Ethiopia will have. And also the team collaboration really made the process very much easy. Also, the team were very much dedicated. Every 15 days to update for progress. Then when it came approach, then they started meeting weekly. But virtual meeting, there was also physical meeting. There was also continuous communication. So those strategies and starting early really make us TCON 2025 the best. I have seen the audience reaction were very high. Still, I reflect that excitement. So that is what the reward of the results of TCON 2000 teamwork. So, and still TCON 2025 has a lot of memories, expression, and all in all, those strategies really important. So having, preparing in advance and saying, breaking down activities, and those the results will help for the audience give a good reaction. So all in all, this was the planning was great. But much.
Thank you very much, Diane and
We'll
Didi
try.
Demelash. Okay, Hannah, I thought we lost you. You can go ahead.
Yeah, okay. No, I was just wrapping up what Demetri was saying about preparing in advance. Of course, this year we have an advantage of starting in advance, and then we'll start to take on note on this and try to break down those activities and, have even a better TCON 2026 for us and for everyone who's going to attend the session. So over to you, Ob, so that you can lead the next question.
Thank you very much, Hannah, For sure, to add on what Diane and Didemelash said, there was a great planning as part of the audience. I could see it. And for sure, we want another one. As an audience, a part of the audience who attended just the first live TCON in my life, I'm never missing another TCON in my life. And it's obvious because now I'm the convener. There's no way I'm going to miss. Now, building on that, Didi Demelash and Diane, I want to ask you this question. You said there was a great team behind the TCON 2025 success. Now, beyond that core team, who were the volunteers, vendors, or local partners whose contribution was absolutely critical to the smooth execution of the conference? And what advice would you give to the next host city, which is Kigali in Rwanda? Diane, you can take over and start.
All right. I think to make it easier, because that question has two parts. I'll let Demelash answer the first part on who they were, because they were mostly Ethiopian vendors and suppliers, and he's well versed with that. For me, if you allow pronouncing some of those names, just forgive me, let Demelash do that. But in terms of advice for the next host, one thing I noticed is with this fantastic team that I had the privilege of working with, is that majority of the roles were placed with, it's like people were assigned roles based on their strengths and based on their business interest. So it gave them a chance to have a vested interest in it, because you're doing what you love to do the most. And then you get a chance to even advertise your business in the process. So for example, within the team, the sponsorships obviously came from the networks that were within Toastmasters. And the Ethiopian team did a great job when it came to sponsorships. And so, for example, our convener, Samrawit Mogus, from last year, she owns a tour and travel company. So she gave us buses to transport people from one venue to another. It's within her business, within her strength. Then we had Toastmaster Shega, who was in charge of logistics as well, tours and travels. We had Toastmaster Tirune, who previously worked very closely with Ethiopian Airlines. He's the one that facilitated the discounts that we got with Ethiopian Airlines. So as you can see, everyone was given a role in line with their expertise or area of interest. And that made it so much easier. So for Mekedela was in charge of sponsorships. We know he's very well connected in Ethiopia. And so it was very easy for him to approach. It wasn't an easy process, but he was best placed to go and pitch for sponsorships within these organizations. So my advice is get people to use the strengths that they have and the interests that they have to get what you want out. Toastmasters is a fantastic network, a deep, fantastic network with very many connections. So look deeply within the Toastmasters circles and identify who can offer the assistance that you need, even within the core team. Back to you, Obed.
Thank you very much, Diane. I, the convener, and also Hannah, the co-convener, we already have the team, the core committee, and learning from your example, we are trying to match what you just said, match people with their interest and also fields of expertise. And we shall continue to build on that. Didi Demelash, you can go on and respond to that question and help Diane not to butcher the names of the Ethiopian volunteers and vendors, because I know there are certain sounds we never master. but you are the great person, the right person to tell us more about that. The floor is yours, Didi Demelash.
Thank you so much, Obed. The volunteers, especially on part, that was the key area for our success. As we all know, TICO, the conference is self-sponsored. So we have registration fee plus sponsorship. The registration fee doesn't cover the costs. Then the sponsorship concept will come this. So for this, the partnership, the first that gave us the motivation was getting 20% from Ethiopian Airlines. Then it started. So into the corporate world is one of the ways that we introduce and give our awareness about the value of Toastmasters. So what was it? It was doing those teams, they approach to the corporate company and they state, if you sponsor us, we'll give you this thesis. We will create a corporate club in your company. So in that pitching and awareness, we got the opportunity to treat Diamond Bank, who gave us the sponsorship, and Nat Bank, and even advertising companies for banners, the banners that we see, the big banners in the outside. Those all were contributed to those partnerships. So the Toastmasters, the skills that in Toastmasters, but those they want to see what is Toastmasters, what is the value of Toastmasters. So we are not telling about just give us sponsorship or like that, but the team were giving that opportunity. So as Diane stated, we got the opportunity with Turner for Ethiopian Airlines, and a lot of people helped us on that volunteerism service, in addition to the core team. So if I stated the names, so yeah, in general, but there are a lot of team who contributed on this. To add on Diane's, especially on the advice part, using this opportunity to reach out and pitching about the value of Toastmasters. Toastmasters for 100 years become an organization. So the skill that Toastmasters is giving, that is the best. So using the networks and using the network, your surrounding networks and the corporate companies, they are very much good, especially on giving back to the community. But what is expected from us, we need to reach out to them and show them what is this organization. So that's very much important. In addition to this, time. So for TCON 2026 team, just think that, or having the mindset, TCON 2026 in Kigali is tomorrow. So today, what we have done, what is the checklists we have? I believe the team and the Kigali team also collaborate on this part as the hosting country. So all in all, using those networks and pitching the mission of the Toastmasters, the district. So it's really helps us and expands our community. Thank you, back to you.
Thank you very much, Didi Demelash. For sure, we need to have the urgency in mind, thinking that TCON is like tomorrow. And also, for sure, as we approach corporates, as we approach individuals, whether Toastmasters or non Toastmasters, we have to present perfectly what do Toastmaster can do for them. What's the win on their side to be part of TCON? And I'm so sure a person who have been Toastmasters, a person who have attended TCON, can have a great list of the things that corporates and individuals can benefit from that. And fortunately, we have a great team, the marketing team. They are trying to work on that through different regions, through different countries, and in different clubs we have. And we shall continue as the convener and the co-convener to support them to achieve that purpose. Back to you, Hannah. Can continue with the next question. Hannah, do you have her? I think she's frozen. Okay.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Okay, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. So what I take from the Toastmaster Diane is that having a core team and assigning them in their areas of expertise and networks, and I believe in looking back to our team of TCON 2026, I think we have specifically assigned some members of the core team in their areas of expertise, and also the sponsorship shares. Our sponsorship shares, I think, have a broad network in Rwanda, so I think we're good so far. Yeah, thank you, Dida Melash and Diane. So moving on to the next question. I believe last year we had around 170 or 180 participants for TCON. And during that TCON, what specific change or takeaways do you think that the Toastmasters East Africa uh, uh, will discuss or implemented in their clubs after TCON 2025 has already been concluded? What do you think they take away and started, implementing and discussing in their group? So let me give this chance to Didi Demelash, and then Diane can proceed from there.
Thank you, Anna. I have observed members were empowered leadership roles that were Toastmasters we need the takeaway. So at the club level, at the district level, the leadership pipeline was great. Why? Because of that big conference, the showcase. And in addition to this, personally, I have also observed the quality of club meeting. Even without attending a Toastmasters club, if you see on our big East African WhatsApp group, how the meeting was, the planning, everything is we're communicating. So that created a lot of experience from that big conference. I remember my first conferences in 2024. When I came back from Mombasa, my perspective is completely changed. The same happened in TCON 2025. Those all team, the sessions, everything was really a physical change. So members motivated, and really this will be the stepping for next TCON not to be missed as well. So all in all, we are glad, especially the tagline for Toastmasters is where leaders are made. So we say that we achieved this one. Back to you, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you, Didi Demalash. Dan?
Thank you. So I actually I was thinking of two things there. One is exactly what Demelish said about leadership positions. I noticed in quite a few clubs in Nairobi that the people that competed and won any kind of medal, I've seen across Nairobi clubs, majority, even in my club, majority of them have opted to be the presidents of the clubs. And they were not even thinking of doing that in the first place. But just going in front there and competing gave them the guts and the motivation to say, you know what, if I did that, then I can lead my club. So certainly leadership positions, people were motivated to take on leadership positions. The other thing I wanted to mention was that I noticed there's greater camaraderie among the Toastmasters in Eastern Africa. So, for example, Beyond Toastmasters, the group Beyond Toastmasters was formed after the 2024 TEACON, right? And then in 2025, people who were at TEACON joined that group and the number doubled. And I believe with TEACON Rwanda, the number will triple. And now at Beyond Toastmasters, because I believe all of you here are in Beyond Toastmasters, the purpose is to help form collaborations in business, professionally, and even in our areas of interest, to leverage our Toastmasters networks to further our interests, be it professionally or otherwise. And that has happened so much. We've had people coming from Uganda and Tanzania coming into Kenya for projects beyond Toastmasters because they met at TCON. So the networking, the camaraderie, feeling that now we trust each other more and we can work together more outside these Toastmaster circles, that I feel is always magic. And that's what TCON does. Back to you.
Wow, indeed, great. I also attest to that. I have seen in different clubs the leadership position, wanting to lead the club, wanting to take the club to the next level was something, and the other one was taking roles, delivering their speeches, and meeting quality was really improved. And also, I see that the networks, the unity being united really Ticon created that for us. And yeah, we are thankful for Ticon. Even the Rwandans, as Diane say, will triple the Beyond Club because I enjoy reading, even if I didn't write or send a message in that group. I really read and enjoy and laugh today sometimes. So yes, it indeed brought the network and the unity camaraderie to us. So we're thankful for Ticon, right? Yeah, so I think I've talked a lot. Let me give a chance of it to throw another question to you. Obed, take it over.
Thank you, Hannah. Yes, for sure. After TCON 2025, the quality has improved, especially for the people who just attend their first TCON. They've seen the level at which they should be. Because when you are just in your club, in your area, you don't move out of your city, you just think what you see is that. But when you attend TCON, now you see another level and you aim higher. And also for network, for sure, if you attend TCON, there's no city in East Africa you go and you don't find a host. And the hosts are usually the people from we met in TCON. I can attest to that, and I know people who attended TCON, they can attest to that. With that being said, I'd like to ask, there is a saying that says going from glory to glory. If TCON 2025 was the best, now we should go even further and higher. So both of you, Didi Demelash and also Diane, having gone through the entire planning cycle, what is the single most important strategic advice? By this, I mean, if you will just give one advice, not two, not three, just one, would you give to the TCON 26 organizing committee to help them elevate the event even further so that it can go from glory to glory? To you, Didi Demelash, you can start over with that question.
One advice, I would say, go from great conference to transformational movement. I believe TCON 2026 and the Kigali team can bring us transformational movement. Back to you.
Thank you. We shall make sure, if you want to go from glory to glory, that TCON 26 is a transformational event. So a person, if they come, they don't leave as they come, but they shall be transformed. Diane, as the co-convener emeritus.
I feel as Toastmasters, because of how tight the program usually is, we don't really get a chance to network as deeply as we could. If we can have spaces where networking is done intentionally, not just 15 minutes within the program, let's do a little networking exercise and circle around each other and ask Demolish's name and Obed's name and which club they are. No, really intentional networking that has results, tangible results, where a business is formed from there or some other form of collaboration is formed from there. If we can have deep intentional networking, I'm telling you, we will retain the club numbers, because most of us at Toastmasters come because we want to improve their public speaking because of work mostly, and any other spaces where we find ourselves influencing. Now, most of these spaces that we influence are outside Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a training ground. So if we can network to the extent where we see tangible and measure tangible results, then it's a winner. We'll retain people in the clubs. Back to you, Obed.
Thank you very much. Focusing and emphasizing networking sessions during TCON 2026. We shall communicate this to the program chair so that networking is emphasized. For after this, I think now even the theme should be now networking intentionally, so that we gain the maximum we can gain from TCON 2026. Hannah, before we continue, we have some great viewers, a good number in 20s, among 20 people and more who are viewing us from YouTube link. And one of them obviously is a visitor, has just a question. I think before we continue, you can help them. The person asked, what is the difference between Toastmasters and TCON, or are they the same? I know sometimes we use terms, people, they don't get them well. Maybe Didi Demelash, can you talk about that to help this fellow so that they understand better going forward?
Thank you. TCON is acronyms, so it states as T stands for Toastmasters in East CON Conference. So Toastmasters East Africa Conference. At the district level, we do conference, and this conference will be called within our district, and our district is East Africa, and it's called Toastmasters East Africa Conference. So Toastmasters is a non-profit organization established to help members improve education, public speaking, and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal development. So Toastmasters, just we put it, just indicate the conferences, the Toastmasters conference to indicate that. So this is it, what the difference between that. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Didi Demelash. Hamis from YouTube, I think now you have some good information about that. You can let us know where you are located so we can link you up to the most close club or officer, district officer, who shall give you more help with knowing what Toastmasters and what's TCON, and more especially what's TCON 2026. Back to you, Hannah. You can continue with the interactions.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Orbit. So thank you, Damalash and Diane. Of course, we'll be looking forward to transformational movement and an intentional network. So moving on to the almost last questions. So this is for Didi Damalash. So Didi Damalash, what visions do you have for TCON 2026?
Okay. Thank you again. The vision that I have, member focused, planned, educational training, well-planned keynote, well-planned high-level contests, and overall the organization of the conference. So these all should be based on members' need. So the vision will be addressing and giving for the members when they come, creating that excitement after they attended. Wow, this is the TCON 2026. I have attended. And so that would be one of the bottom line for TCON conference and gathering. So that would be one of my vision I would like to see on TCON 2010.
Thank you, Didi Demelosh, and hopefully we will have a member-focused educational sessions, keynote speaks, and discussions, as well as contests. Thank you for that. Now, let me give a chance to Toastmaster Diane to reflect on this question. So as you are the previous conference co-convener, what was your experience looks like? What can you tell us about your experience last year? Over to you, Dan.
Now, thank you, Hannah. Last year, when Demelesh called me to ask if I could be co-convener, I think I took about a month before I said yes. That's true, Demelesh? Yeah. I took quite a long time before I said yes. We had to have meetings and I had to, it took me a while to get convinced. But when I finally did, I really was intentional about this role. My entire experience was not always rosy and nice. There are times as the leader of a team where everybody just gets tired. Maybe a lot is going on in their lives, and a lot is also going on in your life as you lead this team. So you're contacting people, you're getting blue ticked. It's like you're pushing a horse cart by yourself and you are already tired. Okay. Especially like now towards the end of the year and maybe at the beginning of the year a little bit. And it gets the beginning of next year a little bit. It gets really, you know, it's like you're just pushing and pushing and you feel like you're doing it alone. But then those were the tough times. But what I learned from that is personal relationships. People will do what you ask them because they have a relationship with you, especially in voluntary organizations. So if I see that someone is not responding in my team, I would give them a call. I would schedule a call with them just to check on them. How are you doing? How's your family? And sometimes I would hear really, you know, heart-wrenching stories. My child has been in hospital. I was in hospital. And you realize, oh my gosh, this person was not being lazy. They were actually ill. So it's important to check on your team. Your team will follow your lead because they trust you and they like you, especially in voluntary organizations. So that personal relationship is what I learned is important, and that's the motivation behind the team. And the other thing, the good side of all this is that people across East Africa got to trust me, okay? Because my name was out there in all posters and, you become your name, Tikon and your name go together. Okay. Right now, Obed and Hannah, those two names go with Tikon. And what happens when you deliver something good? People across East Africa get to trust you. So if you use that opportunity that, okay, people trust me. Now, when you go and do things outside Toastmasters, whether it's a business proposal, whatever it is that you want to do after that, they already trust you. So it's easier to get the buy-in. I have started 3 projects after TCON, and people have said yes without a second thought. So people get to trust. Saying yes is a good thing. And last but not least, the personal relationships I formed with the team up till today. There's nobody in the team whom I can say we left on a bad note, despite how stressful it was. I loved my TCON 2025 team led by Samrawit Morges, and we are still friends to date. Right, Hannah? Yes? Did it ever blush? We are still good friends. So the relationships that you form are amazing and they'll cut across time. Back to you, Hannah.
Wow. Thank you, Diane. You really took me back because I remember the message that you sent Sunday evening. Hi, Hannah. How are you? Those voice message. Happy Sunday. It feels like a very small thing, but it really plays a crucial role for me, at least. And I believe from seeing the turnout during those meetings, the core team meeting, the team meeting, planning team meetings, I can really say that it really plays a crucial role. So thank you, Diane, for this. So one more question before I leave you. What do you expect as for 2026 Tikon Kigali as a member or as a participant, as an attendee? What do you expect? Thank you, Diane. Back to you.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. What do I expect? One, I want to learn a lot. This time, I'm not going there to work. At least, even if I'm going to work, it's not as much as TCON 2025. So I'll go there to become a sponge. I want to learn and learn and learn. When you're organizing, sometimes you miss some sessions because you're running behind the scenes. But this time, I'm coming to learn. That's the first thing. I'm expecting to learn. The second thing I'm planning to do is have a lot of fun. Once again, I'm coming as an attendee, not a co-convener. So when people were going out partying, I barely did that. This time, I'm going to paint Kigali red, okay? Then last but not least, I want to form collaborations that will lead to bigger things, whether it's making money together, whether it's in our personal interests. I remember last year, DTM Mekadela said, monetize your Toastmaster skills. Use your Toastmaster skills to make money. Those are the kind of collaborations I would like to have. The other thing is I remember DTM Jerry Gadi she's a CEO and founder of Brand Manners, and she told us how to position. This was all at TCon 2025. She taught us how to brand ourselves and make ourselves visible in a very simple. She made it so simple and so easy. And those are the things I want to do at this upcoming TCon. Back to you, Hannah.
Thank you, Diane. So, of course, we will have fun as a whole in group, not only for yourself, but of course, you will learn and network and try to monetize your skills. That's really amazing. And I remember one thing, you say that when you are an organizer, you'll not be able to attend to see and learn from all the sessions. So I remember myself, going backwards and, talking to the hotel management and everything. And when I returned back, one thing has already finished. So I said, oh, so I missed it. Yeah. So you're telling me that I will also have the same experience in Kigali. Yeah, we will see about that. Yeah.
Correct. But
Yeah.
saying yes, remember that saying yes has its benefits. People now
Definitely.
know Hannah. Run with that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Indeed, the saying yes will have its own benefits. So thank you. So Didi Malash, this will be our final take from you. And what should the members or who are planning to attend TICON 2026 in Kigali should expect from us? What should they expect from our conference this year in May? Didi Damalas.
Thank you so much, Anna. There are a number of things the members should expect from TICON 2026 because of the planning. It's a big event, conference. So one of the good things for our district, we have visit from board of directors of Toastmasters International. What does this mean? We have high level leadership and communication workshop training. And in addition to this, we'll see also high level contestants, the winner of club, area, division, they will meet at the district level. That is also one of the inspirational stages. So members, this high level contest. In addition to this, as Jan stated, network such an easy. As I stated, I remember my first conference in Mombasa. I met a number of Toastmasters family. Still that network there. So networking is not also an easy thing. Also, ideas. There might be, we'll get something that transform our mindsets, or it might be a moment for life changing. So the good thing of Toastmasters, just to add, I craft it like this. It is a shared knowledge hub with different professional background gathers in one place, that is in Toastmasters. So there is a lot from the conference. So members, this is the opportunity not to miss this conference because of the value that we get for our life's journey. And those trainings, everything is for free, except the registration fee. So see you all in Kigali, Rwanda. Back to you, Hannah.
Thank you, Didi Demelash. Indeed, I like that, the free part, except the registration fee. So indeed, you, Demelash, you're telling us that this TICON 2026, all eyes will be on us. Not only East Africa, the international community of Toastmasters will watch us. So we'll be very careful. And also, we will network, definitely, and new ideas, new beginnings for everything, for the professional and everything. So thank you for that, Didi Demedlash. And just one reminder for our followers on the live stream, the TICON registration fee is $120. This is the early bird ticket, and the early bird ticket sales will end on December 31st, 2025. So if you want to, to attend, to network, to have fun, to learn, to get new ideas, grab your seat, reserve your seat, and then take every advantage, every benefit you can get from TICON 2026. So with this, I finished my questions. So let me invite Obed to give us a final remark from his side and close this session. Thank you, Obed. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Hannah. Thank you very much, Didi Demelash, and also co-convener emeritus, Diane Wanja. It was a great discussion, and I know everyone who attended, who was live on YouTube, and who shall watch the live stream later, they shall gain the more understanding about Toastmasters and also TICON. Before I give my remarks, someone on the YouTube live, one said they are from Tanzania and another said they are from Kenya, and both they are interested in joining Toastmasters. Didi Demelash, as a district director, can you say a bit maybe on all the countries or some of these countries, if a guest was watching the live stream and they were interested now to join Toastmasters and be part of TICON, how can they approach that? Didi Demelash, you can take some few minutes, talk about that, and we conclude later. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Obed. I have to say congratulations for those two new members for deciding being part of this big community. So the good thing is for Toastmasters is the welcoming, especially when you go to what they can do right now. Just they will use the Toastmasters website, www.toastmasters.org. Then from that, they can search clubs. There is a tab that's called Find Clubs. For instance, for those who are in Tanzania, we have clubs. So in Dar es Salaam, we have Dar Toastmasters Club. And in Masaki, we have Masaki Executive Toastmasters Clubs. So they can search from that. In Nairobi, we have, Dan can also state that one. We have Early Bird Toastmasters Club is Dan's club, and we have Anchor. There is a lot of clubs in Nairobi. So it's very much easy, but just go to the website and there is a lot of things about Toastmasters. So they can just search for that and they can easily get those clubs. And we are also welcome to meet them in Kigali, Rwanda conference as well. So yeah, so once they got that one, we'll also have briefing for them wherever they decided to join. But congratulations, I would have to say for them. Back to you, Ovid.
Thank you very much. Yes, that's true. When you go to Toastmasters International website, you can find different numbers or people you can call or even clubs near your cities because we know our countries are large and Toastmaster, we helped you to find the nearest club. With that being said, one of the things I love during this discussion, this TEACAST December edition, is about intentionality, network intentionally, and also as it is a volunteering work, yes, but it has a lot of benefits. So to gain those benefits without intention, it's impossible. But with intention, everything can be possible. Another thing I loved is to be member focused. A person who is already in Toastmasters, what can they benefit from anything? And specifically here, what will they gain in TCON? As we are member focused, we all remember to have fun, as Diane said. If you don't have fun, everything, even the most beneficial thing, is going to be strenuous, like it's going to be stressing. But with fun, everything will be more enjoyable and more. And there is no other place to have fun than in TCON. People, it's already 6 months after my first TCON, but I still always dream about it. And I'm looking forward to the next one in Kigali. And I'm working with my team with Hannah, the co-convener. We are working together to make it the most unforgettable experience. To conclude, yes, the TCON is still scheduled on the 15th to 17th of May 2026 here in Kigali, Rwanda. And the early ticket, the days are ending. As we celebrate the holiday season, Christmas and the New Year, I think that's like a foretaste of what TCON could be. So don't forget to pay for the early ticket so you don't miss. If you miss, you're not going to recover from the FOMO, the fear of missing out. So don't miss out TCON 2026. With that, I would like to conclude this and we shall meet again for the New Year's edition, the January edition, on the 29th of January. So on the 29th of January, we shall communicate more about the topic and also who will be our guests. But we shall meet again here on the YouTube link. All in all, I'd like to thank everyone who attended and please share it. If you have something good, it's better you share it with your people, with your friends. Share this link so people can know and benefit from what has been talked here. All in all, see you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night. Bye.